y'all.
Another one.
Episode
Khaled.
3. DJ Khaled reference. Love it.
Thank you.
Um,
Episode 3.
we don't know anything. We're back, baby.
It feels like just yesterday we started this.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's the new year now. Happy New Year. So far we're starting off real strong.
Starting off with a bang. Yep. We're charged up at the what is it? January 6th? The day we're shooting it? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. New Year's going well. I got a new therapist.
He likes him. So
this is in reference to the last episode. So if you didn't watch it, please tune in. And yeah, we were talking about kind of like dating our therapists, and we had our first date today. I'm not going to say it's a guy. It's a guy. He's very cute. Yeah, we had a great session today. So fingers crossed, y'all. I'll let you know how it goes.
And I canceled my my subscription to therapy.
She dumped her therapist.
I dumped it all together, but not because I don't think it will work. I'm going to put that money towards a different thing, and I'll tell you about it when I do it. But I have big plans.
Big plans.
But that just wasn't working for me. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're putting money towards it. So, if you're not vibing with it, don't kid yourself and move on.
Yeah. I think try it a few times with different people, and basically I had a conversation with a friend who mentioned a different form of therapy, and this seems more promising. So I'm going to try that out, put my money from one to the next, and just see what comes of it. And if it doesn't happen, then you just go back,
I love to hear it, babe.
Thank you.
Always moving forward, always pushing forward.
Thank you for your support. We also started the new year on some roller coasters.
Yes.
Went to Universal. We went to Islands of Adventure, which is a branch of Universal Studios yesterday, 2 days ago.
2 days ago, and it was insane.
Yeah.
We were there we did a half day. So we were there for what,
5 hours?
5 hours?
5.5, yeah.
And we only went on 4 rides. But it felt,
It was a Saturday. It was really busy.
The lines just take so long. But I will say it felt fulfilling, and we did the best ones. We did 2 Potter rides. We did Kong, which was sick.
Kong was sick. Very fun.
And then Hulk.
So Hagrid's ride is the best ride I've ever been on. It has
fun.
everything you could ever want. / love Harry Potter, so obviously.
Love.
Little hack, you guys. If you don't care that much about riding with your partner or your people that you're with, go in the single line. We literally were passing people for a mile, and their wait was 2.5 hours for this ride, and we got on in maybe just under an hour, which is still a long time to wait, but for the best ride in the world, it's not that long. And we went back to back. So literally right after I was done, he was done, and it was just the best thing to do.
It was drastically different wait. Even our wait time was insane.
Yeah.
It was even pushing my patience on our
We
wait.
were a little frustrated. And then we went on Hulk, which is so underrated. No line, 10-minute line. And we got on in 9 minutes because Slex was...
I was keeping an eye on the time, and it was a 9-minute wait. It gets overshadowed by the Velocicoaster, which is the new Jurassic Park one, which is amazing, but the Hulk is insane.
It's so fun. It's you turn into Hulk. So you start off just thrown and then immediately go upside down. So if you don't like upside downs, you'll hate this one because it's mostly upside downs.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a whole kind of a storyline. You're a volunteer to try their experiment, and yeah, you're turning into fun. Hulk or something. It was very cool. So fun.
But it was also in Florida. It was 60 degrees, 60
chilly.
Something, high 60s. Mid-60s.
It was the coldest day I've ever experienced. It was freezing.
I've always run cold. Always. But now that I live here, my blood is basically water. And so I'm just freezing cold all of the time. And I was so uncomfortable just trying to act cool at this amusement park, just freezing cold, shivering. And inside is as cold as outside. It's not like they change it from AC. So there's that. But
at times it's it's maybe even colder because they're just absolutely blasting AC. And that's one of my things for Florida, that being indoors sometimes is unbearable.
Yeah.
It's you stepped into Everest.
You really don't have to.
You don't have to what?
Make it cold. Make it
normal,
fine.
Dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Okay.
So this week we're talking about
Let's check in.
So a few days ago, we were having a conversation, as we do.
We were
and-
rollerblading, actually.
Oh, we were rollerblading. Yes. And Slex said, I know that like the back of my hand.
Yes.
And that's a weird saying, right? So we got into talking about just sayings in general, and we wanted to make a podcast about it. So,
Yeah, we decided it was like a fun enough topic, like idioms and phrases that like, it's like, where did that originate? It's kind of fun to talk about. So we decided we're going to dive in and we're going to just like
have
a little fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So sayings, right? We all say them. We all say sayings.
We all say sayings. We all talk. Well, like, a lot
Language.
a good amount of people talk.
Yep.
And you find yourself saying these phrases blindly and you don't know where the heck they came from. So Elyse and I said, what the hey? Let's do some research.
Let's look into it.
So we both have, should we get right into that? Or are we going to talk about some?
Well, let's like shoot a few out there.
Shoot a few. I know a good one that I've
ahead.
been thinking about it all week. Close but no cigar.
Yeah.
Close but no cigar. You know what that's from?
No.
So back in the day, in like the 1800s, the prize for carnivals was cigars. Simple as that.
What?
Apparently, it was more. It wasn't like a stuffed minion or whatever. It was like bottles of whiskey and cigars, which I think is legit.
For kids?
Probably.
That's true.
It's
They were all
probably
working
giving
in
out
the
like
mines.
vials of cocaine to like children. Here you go, kid. Have a snort.
Have you seen that picture of the young kid? He's like
Maybe.
10 and he's like coming home from work from the mines.
Oh yeah, it's like funny now, but it's like really sad.
So
and they
sad.
had to back in the day would employ children to be like chimney sweeps because they were really like tight. So
Yeah.
there'd be like 5-year-olds just covered in soot,
Crazy.
working insane hours, having to climb down these chimneys. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like talk about not having a childhood.
Ugh. You complain now, but like we're like, oh, kids these days are on screens. Yeah, but kids those days were in
Sweeping
chimneys. So
yeah.
lesser of two
You
evils.
got
I
it good.
guess.
Yeah, you got it good, kids.
One of the things that I was looking into is shoot.
Oh,
what
the
was
one
it?
you
The dog. Oh, gotta get me a.
No, you keep saying I got to see a man about a horse.
Oh yeah, I gotta see a man about a dog or a horse, and
What's that all about?
that came from. I don't really think there was a reason. Actually, I think it was just.
You
Oh,
didn't
well,
look it up?
well, what it means is that, you are trying to exit yourself from an uncomfortable situation and you're usually lying about where you need to go.
I thought it was like when you have to use the restroom. It's like a
It could
polite-
be that.
yeah.
It could
it's like
be
when you're
like-
trying to excuse yourself.
Yeah. But it was first said in like a show. Oh, a play. I did look this up. It was like a play,
Mhm.
and that was the play's way of like, it's only famous from that saying. And then that saying just grew forever.
That's insane.
You gotta
Do
say
you
a
remember
man
the
about a
play?
horse.
You just have like the loosest kind
I
of.
really do. I usually don't know anything, but I feel like my brain is so foggy today. I really don't know anything today.
Yeah.
So.
This specific episode too, I feel like we have a lot of like. It's gonna be fun for the viewers, but there's like a lot of things
a
we're
hodgepodge.
touching on. It's a hodgepodge. We'll see.
What does hodgepodge mean?
Hodgepodge.
You know?
I don't even know. Should I look it up?
Or I was talking about when you're an alcoholic and you are clean and then you come back, you're on the wagon. But I always say you're off the wagon and then get corrected. But really, I think you should be on the wagon because that's like a good thing. And then you fall off the wagon, meaning you've drank.
I think isn't that the phrase?
No.
If
He's back on the wagon means that he's back on the drink.
So when you're sober, you're off the wagon. According to this,
Right.
this
When you're
idiom.
sober, you're off the wagon.
You're not on this wagon, and then when you're drinking again,
You're back on
you
it.
got on the wagon. Yeah, you'd think it'd be the other way because the wagon's moving forward.
Unless the wagon's taking you to rehab.
Oh, okay. So wait, we're on the wagon when we're drinking.
Yeah. You're off the wagon when you're
But
sober.
is it like saying like the wagon's taking you in like a bad direction or something? I wish I knew the
Or is it
origin
a
of
bad
that
wagon?
one. Is it a bad wagon?
So here's some sayings that we
Some
do know
fun
about.
sayings. We obviously didn't dig too deep in them. Oh, but there was one. This is another really fun one. Buttering someone up. You know that means like
Like giving them a compliment.
Yeah, giving someone a compliment and like kind of trying to win their favor. Apparently, let me look. It likely origins trace back to Hindu temples in India, where worshippers sought divine favor by throwing balls of ghee, which is a type of Indian clarified butter. They would throw ghee at statues of deities to win their favor. So they'd just be like blasting butter.
Like butter you up.
That's pretty fun.
That's a good one.
I like that one, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's not even my main one.
Wow. So you're hitting it hard.
Yeah, there's some good phrases out there. I don't really say, I feel like I don't say butter someone up enough.
You say the hand one all the time, though.
Yeah. Do I?
A good
like
amount.
More than others? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Very chill.
Or you say, what's the one that you were saying when you were writing your blog? Oh, avoiding it like the plague.
I avoid it like the plague, yeah. I say that way too much.
You love that one.
I like don't even. I don't know.
I feel like everyone says sayings and you don't really realize you're saying a saying until you get called out on it. And then you're like, oh yeah, I do say that.
Yeah.
You know?
My homie, shout out Mike Morehart. We haven't talked forever, but he would always say all that jazz. And he would always say all that jazz. And that was just his thing, which is chill.
Yeah.
Shout out Mike, dude. Hope you're doing okay.
Yeah,
man.
we miss you.
Okay.
All right, you want to do your saying first?
So yeah, this is my official fact, even though I already read the butter up one. Let me read mine because I'm excited about it. Bury the hatchet. And as we all know, or if you don't know, when you're burying the hatchet with someone, it's like reaching like peace, like ending a quarrel, whatever. So, a Native American practice that involved the literal burying of hatchets as a peace offering serves as the origin of this idiom. So apparently, I'm just going to paraphrase it, but there were multiple Native American like nations fighting, and when they finally decided to end it, they all buried their own weapons, I guess they were hatchets, around a pine tree to like symbolize peace.
I love that.
And that's where it started.
I wonder if later on they'd come back up and be like, well, they're good. They made them all from hand. It's like, well, you don't want to like, waste them.
If you're in danger and you're near that tree.
Oh, you're safe.
That'd be like sick in an action movie.
Yeah.
If you're like, you know, like
down.
The bad guys are like pushing you and you pretend to drop like you're hurt, right? And you're like you're stalling. You know, what are you saying? Like, what are you saying to the bad guy? And they're like, any last words? Yeah. And you go like.
Gun compartment.
yeah, exactly. So,
shout out Kevin Hart. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's
or
a great
did you
one.
want to keep going?
I kind of wanted to go with that bit.
Just like, okay, cool. Well, that's a good one. Mine is barking up the wrong tree.
Whoa, what's that all about?
Which means when someone is taking wrong action because the belief is incorrect. So, for example, you want to sell me a meat pie, but I'm a vegetarian, so I go, you're barking up the wrong tree.
Okay.
You know? And that came from the early 1800s in America, where hunters used dogs to find raccoons at night. And the raccoons.
Never said it that way in your life. The raccoons.
I kind of like it better that way, honestly. Cool. The raccoons would be up in the trees, and those little smart guys would trick the dogs to think that they're in one tree. And then they would scurry over to another. So the dogs were literally barking up the wrong tree when the hunter would come and be like, oh, there they are. It's the wrong tree.
And they say, you're barking up the wrong tree. Pooch.
Yeah. Pooch.
I feel like all these phrases, like they were said that way.
Well, that's also an interesting thing. Like, why did people talk like that back then? We've talked about this before. Like, why did Americans, at least in like movies, cinema, what have you, sound like that? The radio. Why?
Well, wasn't it? I feel like we've looked this up and talked about this. Wasn't it called like the transatlantic like vocal style or something like that? Something Atlantic. And like I think it was the most like it probably this is my theory. I think first of all, you wanted to have like a more pronounced voice because the microphones maybe weren't as good and weren't as like sensitive. So you want to talk like really loud and enunciate things so the listener can hear you. You know what I mean? And then as far as like the actual accent, maybe it was just like an ideal kind of accepted or palpable vocal style. I don't know.
That sounded good to me.
But the truth is, we don't know anything.
Yep.
Anyways.
So along this of not knowing or of sayings.
Oh.
We have a game.
We have a fun
A
game.
new game.
This is insane, and I'm excited for this / nervous.
So with Slex saying that he knows things like the back of his hand.
I do. I know the back of my hand better than anything in the world, and I'll stand by that.
And we're going to test that theory because I don't think he really knows the back of his hand very well. So I took 6 pictures of backs of hands, and he has to tell me which one is his hand.
And tell them, like, what did you do for the picture of my hand? Like,
okay, yeah. So I took it with a white background, really close up. So it's just the very back. There's no fingers. So you just have to feel it out and tell me which one is your hand.
and I closed my eyes, and she, like, I didn't know how she was taking the picture, like the orientation, like what was behind my hand, any of that. So, like, obviously I know it's my hand because she was doing it, but, like, I wanted to detach myself as much as possible. And I haven't been looking at the backs of my hands, like, all day. So
So
I want
here
to erase my memory.
we
So we'll see.
go.
All right. I'm not going to look at my hand. Okay. Wow, that's pretty good. Wait, can you see, viewers?
We'll put up another one.
Babe,
maybe
this is a
closer.
great layout. Wait,
Thank
hold on.
you.
Talk
us through it.
I'm yeah.
And don't be
I'm
too-
leaning towards
Okay.
bottom right or top left. I don't think bottom left. That hand's too hairy down. If you look down here, a little too much fur.
This is so fun.
I'm blown away by, like, how, like, consistent the background is. Really good job, babe.
Thank you.
That's too smooth. That's like a baby's hand. That's like Eddie Redmayne's hand or something.
Maybe, yeah.
That's like who's another, like, smooth-skinned person? Let's see. Ooh, is that my hand? I feel like my hand's kind of like almost like a gremlin hand. And I want to look at my back of my hand so bad. Do I have veins like that? The more I look, the more I don't know. Okay. I think
5,
the lighting's too good on that. That's not it.
3,
That's my hand.
2, and
Is it that?
so you know what's cute is that I put my hand on here too.
Is it the smooth one?
No, mine is the really veiny one.
That one?
Why are my hands so veiny? I'm embarrassed by my hand, but no, it's the one that you first said wasn't yours because it's hairy.
That's mine?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was like a fat, hairy hand. That's mine.
Yeah. Hold it up. It was your left hand. Yeah.
Whoa.
There it is.
That looks like the palest. Well, I guess like the flash.
Oh, no.
Probably.
So it actually was Tanner. And so actually, I adjusted the lighting on a lot of these and also put a filter over the whole thing so that all of them look
cool.
more similar. I really went in on this project.
Wow. Here, get a good look. Make sure it's not obstructed.
Yeah.
So my hand.
So that's my scary hand.
That's your.
That's,
and that's
his
my
hairy hand.
Fat, pale, hairy swamp thing hand. I like how I ruled it out right away.
It's funny
You
that you
trickster.
thought that these were the two you picked. You thought mine was yours, which is cute.
Yeah, we're
Maybe you know
so
my
alike.
back of
I know
hand.
your hand way better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so mad. Yeah, well now, of course, duh. I know my hand. That's it.
So now you can never say that saying again.
Great game. I got bamboozled.
If you need fun things to do over the holidays, take pictures of everyone's hands.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pawsome, lady.
So there you go. All right. So next up, we
Next
have
segment.
pet peeves.
We all got them.
We all have them. I actually asked people on social media what their pet peeves were. And I think it's funny because I often will post questions on stories of like, what are you grateful for? Or like, what are your ambitions? Or what's one word you want to focus on this week? And I have like 3-4 people respond. And then I asked for pet peeves and I've never had this many responses ever. So clearly people need to get things off of their chest, I think is where we're at.
2025, the year to blow off steam, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So we had multiple people say slow drivers, which absolutely.
I can relate. Yeah. There's a difference between safe drivers and slow drivers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you're just
and old drivers, there's a difference from old drivers too, because
if you're
I know they're not trying to be slow.
Yeah, if you're like not speeding, but you're going like like a reasonable speed, and you're in the correct lane, that's awesome. But if you're going slow and there is like an obvious flow of traffic in the left lane, and you're just holding it up, oh, boils my gears.
Here's my thing. Usually slow drivers are because they're on their phones. And
Yep.
I can see you on your phone. And I'm going to freak out about it. I'm going to beep at you. I beep.
Yeah, and we've been there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You take a glance at your phone, you take another glance. Next thing you know, you're watching a whole movie on your phone.
Sure. We've all done it, but do it well.
Do it well and do it in the right lane.
Yeah. Do it in the right lane.
So, good one. What else
It's a
we
good
got?
one. We also have when people chew with their mouths open or chewing gum.
She yelled at me last night for chewing with my mouth open.
Night. Did you know you were doing it?
I was
You
like
usually don't do
smiling
that.
and laughing and having a good time.
It wasn't always just that though. It was just like you
Was I
watching
like,
the Golden Globes, just like, and it was kale, so it was loud anyways.
Was it that loud?
Yeah.
Like you and Krista couldn't even hear each other talk.
I couldn't hear my own thoughts.
She screamed at me.
You also chew gum with your mouth open though.
Well, because it's like gum's so elastic that your teeth are literally bouncing off each other. I can't help it.
Yeah.
I don't always do it, but when you get like in a good rhythm of like a chew and your jaw is just like working, like, yeah, I chomp.
All right.
I'll chomp with my mouth like so open at the gym because you just get in the zone. And you're like,
So then people also don't like when people are late. Two people said that.
yeah, that's fair.
That's I get when you're running late. I think it only bothers me if I'm like waiting for you in a place and so I'm just alone looking like a loser. I'm not good at just like looking chill when I'm by myself. I feel like I look panicked when I'm alone.
You look like a meek lamb and lost.
And then, or if I've made food and it's like piping hot on time and then you run late and then the food is no longer piping hot,
don't
or
let
it's
it go
warmed
cold.
up and then it's like not as good.
It should be a little hornet. She's a little Italian.
Internally. I won't say
Yeah.
anything externally.
She won't say a word to you ever. She'll just hate you forever.
No. I'll
Just
still invite you over.
Just kidding.
When people are rude to service staff, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Shout out all the service people out there working their tails off and just gluing a smile on when people are just so rude. That takes a lot of that takes cojones. Man.
Yeah.
Wang.
Ketchup packets, which I had to follow back with this one because I didn't really get it. What this person meant was when restaurants hand you ketchup packets instead of like a ketchup bottle.
If you're sitting down at a restaurant, I could see, you're going to go, you get fast food, but I'm with that. Like, give me the bottle. And also, give me a bottle that has like a good amount in it. If it's like nothing in it, come on. And also, don't give me a glass bottle if there's not a good amount in it. Because next thing you know, you're doing the shake looking like a freak.
Yeah. Yeah. I get
You're
it.
doing this in the restaurant vigorously.
There it is.
It is what it is.
We've got Alex White had a few. Shout out Alex. Standing too close to me in line, back up and give me space.
Oh, that's very relevant when we were at Universal Studios.
Yeah.
A lot of close standers, and it's like, dude, you will get on the ride.
Mm-hmm.
Get off my tail, fam.
And if somebody's just like not paying attention and way far back, I'm mad at those people though.
True. It's just like, be here, like be in the now.
Or he also said loading your groceries onto the belt when I'm not done yet.
Yeah, but there's a separator.
Right.
He doesn't like that.
No, he's not done yet.
Oh, yeah, like he's still doing his.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have some respect.
Yeah.
Unless your hands are full and you're like, oh my gosh, like I have to put it down. Otherwise, like, chill back.
I just saw another one. People talking at concerts, which I think yes, but what really drives me nuts.
Listen to like a string quartet. They're loud. What do you mean talking at concerts?
Maybe if people are just loud around you.
Yeah, that's fair.
But with that, people that record the whole concert, that is a huge pet peeve of mine. Or like before the artist even comes out and you have to like capture, We've all been there. We've all been excited, and
course.
it's like, oh, I need to capture this, and then I'll never watch it again. So what's the point in like, I remember seeing Skrillex. Shout out Skrillex. He's been one of my favorites.
Love you, Skrillex.
Since I was like 16, 17.
Yeah.
One time I saw him and he had a 10-minute countdown on the screen. It was a big 10-minute countdown, and people were like recording the whole thing. And it's like, he's even telling you he won't be out until then. And then even then he didn't come out for another like probably minute and a half, 2 minutes.
It's like there's a literal countdown telling you the amount. Like when it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring out your phone. But yeah, otherwise like you're recording just nothing.
Don't.
Yeah, or just don't.
Just don't. I'm so sick. I'm short. I'm so sick of having all I see, if it's not like a sloped stadium or something, I can't see in front of me, and I definitely can't see in front of me if it's your head and then your phone.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, like capital, like
getting heated.
I just think it's funny. We always joke when we see someone recording the whole thing. It's like, yeah, they're gonna like kick back later on and watch the whole thing. The audio is gonna be horrible. It's just like, you know, you don't even know, and it's like you're not gonna watch it back. So like, do a clip or two. I do it too. You know, you post it on your Instagram story because people need to know you're there. People need to know you're cool, etc. But that's it. You're gonna do the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, cool.
So one of my pet peeves.
So we're transitioning into our own pet peeves.
Our own pet peeves. People who are on their phones always when you're with them, but then when you text them, they don't answer for like a day.
It's like, I know you're looking at your phone, dude.
Yeah. That's a few people I can think of right now. I love you, but I know that you're on your phone and you're seeing my text. So that means you're like actively just not responding. Again, we've all done that where we're just like, I'll save it for later. I need more time to answer this person. I'm out with somebody, so I can't respond the way I want to.
Yep.
I totally get that. But when you're actively just like looking at it, putting it aside, not responding, doesn't make me feel good.
Just shoot back a little, hey, I'll get back to you in a bit. Like just a little something, you know?
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
20 years,
should I go?
Yeah.
This is one of my long-standing peeves, and I used to do it for a while, and then I took a step back and I said, hey, what the heck, guy? Stop doing this. When you say you haven't like seen or you haven't done something or you haven't, etc. And so, okay, let me just set the stage. For years, I hadn't seen Back to the Future, and when I would tell someone that, they'd be like, "You haven't seen Back to the Future?" And it's like I know I've seen things that you haven't. So, and I'm not doing that to you. Like, stop with the like guilt tripping because I haven't seen something or I haven't done. You haven't. Whatever. You haven't tried hot Cheetos or whatever. It's like, it's all relative. We've all done stuff that other people haven't done. And sometimes I catch myself still doing it. And I try to keep myself in check. But that's just a little pet peeve I have. So I try not doing it. And I urge you, if you do it to someone, just don't.
Or if you're going to do it to him, clearly don't.
Or like, I haven't, like, for instance, like, I haven't heard the new, like, J. Cole album. Just, not because I don't like J. Cole, I just haven't gotten to it. And, someone will be like, wait. They're like, they're perplexed that I haven't heard it. You haven't heard the new Cole, bro? It's like, all right, sorry. I'm so passionate about that. So that's my big peeve.
Quite kind of along the lines of yours, when people, as a vegetarian, ask me where I get my protein. Why do you care at all? You're not asking me where I get my
iron.
B12.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. And I'm not going to have a conversation with you about like why I don't eat meat. I will, of course, but like, I'm fine, clearly.
Where do you get your protein?
I'm fine. I'm walking around.
Working
out.
Yeah, where do you get your vitamin D, loser?
Not passing out, not going to the emergency room. I'm good. I've got enough protein. Thank you so much.
Where do you get your protein?
A lot of vegetables have protein in them.
There we go.
Millet, which is kind of like rice, that has a lot of protein in it.
Nuts,
a ton of nuts. I eat pistachios every day.
Broccoli, etc.
But we're not going to get into
it. Yeah, we're literally getting into it.
Because thank you for caring, but it doesn't feel like you're caring. It feels like you're kind of being condescending. No offense.
Feels like you're peacocking.
Let's do your last one.
My other pet peeve, you see this on the internet. I've done it in the past. I'm guilty, but I've been trying to purge from ever doing it again. We did a thing, or I did a thing.
I've literally posted that.
We've all done it.
I think I literally did it when we bought this house.
It's just like, dude, just say what you did. Stop doing that. I did a thing. Like someone, some influencer just posted they got like married or proposed to their girlfriend, and it's like, I did a thing. It's like, shut up. I see the picture. You proposed. I don't know. What do you guys think?
So pet peeves, the word pet obviously started with animals, and then it turned into like a term of endearment, and then it kind of kept transitioning into being used a little negatively for the pet peeve saying. And then peeve is obviously something that like agitates or annoys you.
Oh, you looked it up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So that's pet peeve. But there wasn't really like a great response about the pet part. It was just kind of like it just started happening.
Well, it wasn't one of the pet peeves in the comments was they don't like the term pet peeve, which I thought was cute.
Because pets are cute. Yeah. And it's
that was Salil, right?
That was Salil.
Thank you, Salil. That was a good one.
Thanks, Salil. So now we're going to do how well do you know your partner? Oh, if you have any pet peeves that you'd like to share, please drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear them.
Hit us with the pet peeves. I gotta know.
If it's a real good one, we could talk about it next time.
We're all human, you know? Things irk you. It's how you work through it. It's how you diffuse it.
You have to talk
Let's
about
talk
it.
about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How well do you know your partner? Round 3.
One of our favorite segments. How well do you know your partner? Or like as we like to call it, HWDYKYP.
It's so many words. Okay, so the first one is for Slex. What is a word that you would use to describe good food?
I was trying to think about this. Yeah, so obviously all the questions are going to be kind of like themed in the same realm, words, phrases, etc. So is this just a word, or it's just like how I would describe food?
Yeah, how would you describe food?
I have a few, and I'm almost trying to anticipate what you would say and choose that because I want to win. I want to do this.
We want to win.
So if you haven't seen any of our other episodes, we got one right once, right?
No,
not even.
I guessed.
Oh, the true or false.
The fact or fiction.
Yeah.
So no, we've never
gotten one of these
about
right.
each other.
All
We've
right.
been together 10 years.
So the question again is, what is a word I would use to describe good food? Okay, let's do it.
Okay. Okay, ready?
Make sure you have a little higher. All right, ready?
3, 2,
3, 2, 1.
Fire.
Oh,
Slaps.
I was gonna do fire, but I've been saying slaps like a lot
You
with
have
like
been.
7 Z's. I should have
Yeah.
put a bunch of Z's on there.
Slaps. Yeah, that slaps.
I've been saying things. Oh, I say fire a lot though.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
Yet again.
Just another one we don't get right.
A failure yet again.
Okay, next. What is a word that I use to describe most things? I'll even catch myself in conversations with this word and be like, okay, I've already said it like twice. I need to stop saying it.
Oh, I know this. What's a word used to describe everything? By Elyse Leren. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's one or the other.
We got it.
Ready?
3, 2, 1. Dope.
Woo! How did you know? Because you could hear the E?
I saw the P and the E. Yeah.
You saw it?
When you were writing it just now.
You
like I saw
me
your
do it
hand.
with wow, you're good.
I can read hands.
You can read.
Backs of hands.
You know it like the back of your hand.
I say dope a lot. And then when I realize I'm saying dope a lot, I'm like, okay, I need to like stop saying it so much. But I won't probably.
Yeah. No, don't do it. She says dope a lot.
Because everything can be dope, which is really dope.
It's dope that everything can be dope. Yes, that's the first one we ever got. Okay.
We're learning so much on this podcast.
This is an interesting one.
So we're doing together. What's an inside joke that we have about the pets? We have many, but there's one big one.
I feel like I know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Here we go.
It's like I don't really know how to like describe it, so we can just like elaborate once we do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Kiwi in the worms.
Oh man! You know what I'm doing?
Yeah, mommy, shut up. Yeah.
Okay, Elyse, describe yours first because that one's so cute.
So Kiwi and the Worms is Kiwi's band. When we first got her as a puppy, she came from a shelter. Of course, she had worms. That's just like a thing for shelter dogs. And we just started to like make up this story that Kiwi is in a band. She's the head leader, and all of the worms are her like backup instrumentalists and singers. And it just like continues to grow where we'll like make up, she has like a theme song, and like other songs that come on will be like, do you think Kiwi and the Worms covers this song?
We talk about how they go to practice.
They go to practice, yeah.
What's the song? 1, 2, ready, go. Kiwi and the Worms.
Do.
Kiwi and the Worms.
That's Kiwi's song.
That's it. Kiwi and the Worms.
So that's
Kiwi's. I'm pissed that I didn't get that one. That one's really cute.
Yeah.
So this one needs I wrote down Mommy shut up. Oh, we do voices for the dogs, and like,
which you do too.
Yeah, everyone does voices for their dogs.
I know you do.
You do voices to your dogs and you do voices for them. And at a certain point we got into like them being like a little bit rude, and they'd be like, Mommy, shut up.
Yeah,
like,
they were telling me to shut up all the time, or him.
Or yeah, like, Daddy, shut up. And it's almost like a lot of times we'll be talking to each other through them. Like, you know, if Elyse says something I don't like, I'll have Sprout say like, Mommy, shut up. So
even like for anything, we'll be like I'll say, oh, Sprouty, did you have a good run? And then Slex will be like, yeah, we went 2 miles.
yeah. We like talk through them. It's really cute.
But we have a lot of inside jokes. Like they go to work when they're staring out the window and like patrolling the house. Like that's them going to work.
And this will tie in. It'll be like, Mommy, shut up. I'm working.
Yeah, they're working.
And that's an obvious, like we have like the voice for them.
Yeah.
And we always say like, Sprouty, bite Mom, if we're like mad at each other.
Yeah. Like jokingly mad.
But yeah, jokingly mad. I would, and we don't actually train our dogs to bite.
She would never, yeah.
And she never would. Sprout's amazing.
Okay,
cool.
So that's
Kiwi
so
and
we
the
got
Worms.
one though, which is great.
That's
High
pretty
five.
Good. Yeah.
For that. Okay.
Okay. The last segment to end on a high note, right?
Slang,
baby.
Slang, baby.
We just wanted to talk about some of the fun slang words that, have been a thing throughout the years.
Throughout the decades.
Throughout the decades.
Every decade obviously has words that are just popular for 10 years, and then it just literally changes to something completely different and new, which is actually really crazy to think about.
And I think some of them, it's like cyclical. I think some come back into the mix and some kind of remain. Like, for instance, this isn't even one we were talking about. Cool, I feel like it's been around since like the 50s. And that's one of like I don't know exactly, but I feel like, because I remember my grandfather telling me that he used to say like cool, like when James Dean was like hot.
Like a cool cat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So cool's still a legit term.
Then
so that
cool
stood the test of time.
KEWL.
Cool.
In like the 90s. Remember the WL?
If you
words?
spelled cool with KEWL, you were insane.
You're so
on
cool.
AIM.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're starting with the 70s. There's jive turkey.
Wow.
Which means like you're a fool. You're a jive turkey.
You're just a jive turkey.
Which is so fun.
Damn.
Like what?
That's one of the best phrases of all time.
It really is.
You're just a jive.
You should bring it back.
You're talking jive.
Jeepers Creepers means something like freaked you out.
That one like didn't really hold up. Like I feel like you might hear some like grandma say that here and there, but that doesn't really.
It became that movie. I think.
Sure.
That's what it became.
And I feel like they would say it in like Scooby Doo and stuff, like
Scooby-Doo.
Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah. And then the skinny, which my dad still says.
Yeah, which I love. He's like, I'll give you the skinny. And that always reminds me of like some like noir, like detective movie where it's like they're talking to like the informant.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, I'll give you the skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Those are good ones. All right. So that was 70s.
Mm-hmm.
80s. Bite me. Which is
so
classic.
sassy.
Yeah. Sassy and just bad. Gnarly, which I feel like, so that started in the 80s?
Yeah.
allegedly, because I
Yeah.
feel like that's like a snowboarder, like skier term or like skater term. So that one's still hot. Radical, which is dope.
Mhm.
That's like Ninja Turtles straight up.
Yeah.
And bitchin'. I was always afraid to say that word because it's a bad word.
It's funny because all of those words kind of mean the same exact thing. Like
It
it
was-
was so gnarly, it was so radical, it was so bitchin'. It's like all the same exact.
That's because the 80s were a great time.
Yeah,
Everyone
everything
was
was
just
so
high.
cool.
Everyone was just high on cocaine in the 80s.
And so when they weren't on cocaine, they would say, "Bite me."
Yeah. When they were hungover.
The 90s, we have As If, which I think is a lot to do with Clueless.
I feel like that could come in big. It could come back in the TikTok world.
As If,
As
yeah.
if,
Should.
yeah.
Fly, like something so fly.
That one's pretty chill.
It really is. That's like, yeah, it's cool. I was trying
You
to think of
comparing it to
another
another-
word, but I can't think. I feel like in the 70s, they had a word that was kind of like fly, like smooth. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then we've got talk to the hand, which
That was the 90s were a sassy time. Let's just say that.
that's like bite me transitioned into talk to the hand.
If I was, imagine being a parent and your child saying talk to the hand and they put their hand in your face, I would lose my shit.
No more hand.
Yeah,
Like, cut
bye
it
bye
off.
hand.
Yeah,
In some countries you get it cut off right then and there.
100%.
And it's justified.
Justified.
Yeah.
And then bugging. You're bugging.
You're bugging. That too, that's 90s.
Yeah,
Yeah. Bugging's chill.
I like that.
There's some good ones.
Yeah.
Okay, and then 2000s. What's up? Was Up was insane.
Yeah.
I can't believe that like swept the nation.
Well, because Scary Movie came out.
Scary Movie. And then well, it started on like a Bud Light commercial or like a beer commercial.
Oh, really?
What's up? Because that's what they're referencing in Scary.
Oh,
But then
that
Scary
makes
Movie
sense.
was so popular it further pushed it with like the dude in the Scream mask with like
Mhm.
what's up?
Makes sense.
That's so dumb. What's this one? Oh, Peeps?
Yeah.
Like
my
people?
peeps,
My
yeah.
Peeps?
Mhm.
That's a 2000s one?
Huh?
Interesting. Hella. I never really messed with Hella. I feel like Hella was like
I did.
Hella's more like West Coast.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's West. Am I pointing West?
It was hella cool.
You still say Hella sometimes.
I do still say hella sometimes. But every time I say it, I feel like
You're like, ooh, should I not?
I wish I kind of didn't say that.
Mm.
It comes out sometimes.
You know what I've been saying a lot, and I think it might be from your sister, Mad something. Like
It was mad.
there was like mad
cool.
food there,
Oh,
or
yeah.
or like whatever. It was mad hot at the amusement park. I think that's pretty chill.
Well, I feel like all of the emotional words we use for something, or like just descriptive words, like cool means
Sick,
hot.
Yeah,
Sick,
cool means
yeah.
hot. No, cool means sick. Hot means cool. Sick means
dope.
dope. Mad means
Also
crazy.
sick.
Yeah.
Oh no, a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
To 2010s, which is crazy that that's like what it would be.
Yeah. Right.
I feel like when you grow up before the 2000s, it just feels like it's like before and then it's just the 2000s. That's going to have
What do
to,
you
there's
mean?
been so many years now, it has to be the 2010s and the
I
2020s.
know. Now that you have to split it up, it's insane.
It's not just a chunk anymore.
Yeah. It's going to be crazy where it's like you were born in the 30s and like it's the 2030s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How
So-
insane, dude.
I mean, kids growing up being born right now are born in the 20s.
That's insanity.
I know. Bet, which means like no
Like,
doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. Like for sure.
Shook.
I love shook. I say shook a lot.
You say shook a lot. Like you're
Yeah, you're shook up. Like
Yeah.
you're like
jostled.
affected. You're jostled. We should say jostled more.
Mhm.
You say jostled
I
sometimes.
say jostled sometimes, yeah.
That's great.
Lit, that's so lit, which is also like cool.
Yeah, I feel like lit is a little more like compared to cool. Lit means like more high energy.
Mm.
Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
party was lit.
Yeah, true.
I
And then
don't use lit as much, but I'll still drop lit here and there.
I just never do anything that's lit, so I would never say
It's
it.
never applicable.
I'm very chill always, so I feel like I'd never be like, it was lit. Like where I went was lit. I never go to lit things.
She's very chill. Yeah.
Mhm.
You like a nice cozy evening, maybe read a book, take a bath.
Bet. And then flex.
Flex. Flex is sick.
What does that mean again?
Like if you're flexing on someone, you're like kind of showing off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like flexing.
Yeah,
Your
literally.
muscle.
It's like
Mhm.
relates to that. But yeah, like if you're dressed cool or like have your jewelry on, you're like flexing.
Oh, yeah.
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 Remember
You got
no
the-
flex. Remember no flex zone. No flex zone.
What?
They know better.
Oh, so they're saying
Ray
like,
Schremer
don't
song.
come around here and act
Yeah,
cooler than
like
me.
don't come up my spot and try to flex. That Ray Schremer song.
They're like, don't come around here and act cooler than me.
Exactly. Yeah. That's like the translation.
Yeah. And then you got the nows.
Yes, I was a little premature. One of the hot. Even this, I feel like, is a little outdated. But no cap. So if you say like no cap, you're saying like I'm not. No lie. I'm not. This is the
Which,
truth.
like, what? And
What-
I don't want to seem old, but like, what are you even saying when you're saying these words? It really.
It's got it stems from something. I don't know what. I didn't look it up.
Yeah.
I've never said no cap, but I don't really have beef with it. I think it's fine.
Okay.
So that's just me. Bussin', I was telling Elyse, if you say, you got to be a certain person to say bussin'. I've never been like, yo, that food was bussin'. Apparently, it's mainly in relation to food. And you just like, you say it's like bussin' if it's really good.
It's good.
Thoughts?
Again, I don't get it. Because if you
Yeah.
bust food, it means you're taking it away.
No, but I think bussin', it's like bustin'. That's my guess. Like
You're
it's
busting from good food.
Yeah, you're busting at the seams.
Oh, like you ate a lot, so you're full.
No, I don't think that's it. I don't know where it comes from. Next one, gas. I like that one too. That one's chill. Like fire, gas, they're kind of akin to each other. I feel like I've said gas like maybe once or twice, like
You're gassed
in the past
up.
2 years. Yeah. Oh yeah, gassed
Which is
out.
funny because like 10 years ago, if you said you were gassed up, someone would be like, oh, you're bloated.
Yeah, you're farty.
Yeah. That means that
It's
you're
crazy.
It's cool.
And then this last one, I can't even speak to it because
Do it for the plot. That's another pet peeve, honestly. Don't do your life for a plot for like likes on Instagram. And I know it's always like the underarching tone of why you post a picture, you want likes, whatever. But like really doing it for the plot means that you're actively doing something with the intention to get a lot of attention on social media.
You don't think that's a little like it's a bit tongue in cheek, like it's kind of just joking, like do it for the plot?
But I think everyone that's doing it is actually doing it for it.
For the plot.
Like you're doing it, making fun of it to do it for the plot.
Wow, Inception.
It's Inception. That's how I feel. But do you also do it for the plot if you'd like?
Use whatever phrase you want. Please, please, please. If you gathered anything from this episode, please start saying jive turkey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, jive turkey and
What's another good
like,
one?
fly, buggin'.
Bite me.
Yeah.
We didn't. There's a few other like ones we missed, like from like the 90s, 80s, like dweeb is nice.
You used
and
dweeb.
twerp.
So we just had like a moment where we had to pause for a second, and I looked up hodgepodge because I think it's important.
We've been talking about hodgepodge all
So
podcast.
real quickly, hodgepodge is an alteration of hotchpotch, which
Go
was
on.
once referred to as a thick soup of barley, peas, and other vegetables, and sometimes includes meat. Hotchpotch is itself an alteration of another word, hotchpot.
So hodgepodge is a hodgepodge of another word.
Yeah. Derived from Old French words meaning to shake and soup. So basically the soup itself is just like you throw everything in it.
Like a shook up soup.
So hotchpot is shake up soup.
And then where did hodgepodge? Someone just like decided to change the
And then
the
they
letters.
took it from French and made it hodgepodge.
Oh, okay. So it's the same concept. It's
Or
like
hotchpotch, and then they made it hodgepodge.
it's a bunch of stuff thrown together, and it's just used in a different context, but pretty much the same meaning.
Yeah.
I love it. Nice,
Okay.
man. Hodgepodge.
So our final thing, fact or fiction. I have a fact, maybe it might be fiction.
Oh.
Slex has to guess what it is, if it's true or false.
Pressure's on, baby.
Fact or fiction? The Russian language has the most number of words.
Wow, that's a cool one. No, false. It's like Chinese or something.
You're correct. It's false. It's not Chinese, though.
What is it?
English.
What?
English has over 200,000 words, followed by Russian, then Spanish, and then Chinese.
Because all the slang, baby. I'm talking twerp. I'm talking hodgepodge. I'm talking WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Here's the question: is WhatsApp in Webster's dictionary?
No, but it's probably an Urban Dictionary.
True.
Which is now the normal
Yeah,
Webster
right. Literally,
Dictionary.
it's the normal one. Cool, babe.
All right. Lots of facts, lots of fun. I hope that this gives you some new vocab to use, taking things from the past and just repurposing.
Yeah. And if we missed any fun pet peeves, any fun phrases, any fun words that we need to know about, mention it in the comments,
Mention
please.
in the comments, like and subscribe. If you made it through this whole thing,
Yeah, this one
you're
was
a
wild.
true one. We love you.
Yeah. Thank you so much once again. We
We don't know anything. We'll see you next week.
Catch you on the next one. Peace.
Bye.